Hello, friends, and welcome back to Two Witch Isle. I'm your host today, Charmaine, and this is another Witches Cauldron. So, today I wanted to talk a little bit about challenging our negative thoughts. Um, Sometimes, especially after trauma, we just kind of assume whatever we think we're thinking is actually accurate and truth. And most of the time, our thoughts and even our emotions may not be accurate or truth for the time. Something that may make us afraid in one moment might actually later on down the road, you realize that fear is just your go-to when anger is actually what you're feeling, which is why you can't exactly process it properly. Um, so anyway, we can get hung up in these places with our thoughts. Um, what I'm proposing is that, maybe we challenge some of those things that just automatically flip through our minds. So I was flipping through some older books I had from back when I first entered therapy. And in my cognitive process therapy books, I found a simplified challenging beliefs worksheet. And my stuck point was that I was afraid to ask to get my needs met, and there was a fear of standing up for myself. There was a fear of saying anything, a fear of what others will think, a fear of what others won't like if I say no to something they want. These were all the fears that just went through my head, just thinking about asking somebody to get my needs met, which could have been at the time a drink of water. It could have been anything. Then I have to challenge it. Now I have to use all the evidence that's there. So, all of the evidence that I consider to be evidence. What is it that I'm telling myself that makes this seem true in my mind? So, evidence for this at stuck point in the past, I put that expressing my needs went unheard because of abuse. Evidence against the stuck point, well, I'm no longer in abusive situations and I have control now. Is the stuck point not including all of the information? Well, when I was a child, I had no control. And when I was married, they didn't have control either there. Is the stuck point extreme or exaggerated? I wrote yes, because I never express anything out of fear. If I'm not expressing anything, nobody's hearing anything. How do they know? Is the point based on feelings rather than facts? Based on all feelings and that I did not deserve to get what I need. That was what was going through my head. So now my job is to challenge my old belief with a new belief, rewrite it to something that I can believe. I wrote, I need to care for me by expressing my needs. That was a true statement. Absolutely. And my happiness is first. And everybody's happiness, their own personal happiness, should be first because that's something that we create ourselves. And if we are not taking action to create that happiness, we're going to be kind of miserable. And part of that is challenging those thoughts that are harming us in the long run. And thoughts can harm you in the long run. This simple thought had me hung up most of my life. And I've now challenged it to the point now where I'm not afraid to ask to get my needs met, not in all situations. There are still things that there's there are still situations that terrify me when it comes to asking to get my needs met. But I'm challenging different aspects of those thoughts. They aren't exactly the same as this anymore. It isn't an overall fear of it. Usually it comes with whoever it is that I'm asking to get my needs met with now, whereas opposed it was anybody before. Looking back and seeing how far I've come personally in my growth, I find myself feeling good about putting in the work and feeling good about what I'm doing moving forward because of this cauldron here is part of my healing because I forget some of these things. I forget where I got hung up before, and it's always good to revisit anytime you can. And hopefully it comes from somebody you trust and somebody that you like to listen to. So challenge your stuck points and see if maybe you can't find a way through them and past them and new beliefs to carry you into a better future. Until next time on the Witches Cauldron, this is Charmaine, and I'm wishing you light and love in your healing journey.